So I know you guys remember this. This is our geometry chart, which you all have a copy of, but just in case you can't find it, you have it here to look at anytime you need it. Let's review a little bit about this. All of the things we're studying, everything we're studying are called plane shapes. That means they're flat shapes that are just flat on a sheet of paper. There's several categories: lines and line segments, two-sided figures, which are your angles. You have curved shapes down here, all these different types of curved shapes. And then here we have a special class of figures called polygons. Polygons, there are several types. The three-sided ones are called triangles. The four-sided ones are a very special category that we're going to go into more depth with today. Five-sided are pentagons, sorry. Six sides are hexagons. Seven-sided figures are heptagons. Eight-sided figures are octagons. Nine-sided figures are nonagons. And 10-sided figures are decagons. So these are the different types of polygons. Now, quadrilaterals are very special polygons. You have all these different types. They're all four-sided polygons. Remember, polygon means they have no holes and no curves. And all of these are shapes with no holes and no curves that have four sides. That is why they are called quadrilaterals. They are all different. There's different things about them. And it tells you on your chart what makes that type special. For example, a parallelogram, it's a polygon with two sets of parallel sides. And here's some pictures of what they look like. If you keep going down the chart, a rectangle has two sets of parallel sides. But what makes it special and different from a parallelogram is that all the angles in every corner are right angles. And then if you want to get even more special, you can go to square, which not only has two sets of parallel sides and all right angles, but all the sides are the exact same length. Now, remember the arrows. If you go forward, it's sometimes true. If you go backwards, it's always true. And let me explain that better. So if you have a square and you go backwards, follow the line backwards to rectangle, that isn't always, because you're going backwards. So you can say a square is always a rectangle. That's true. It's a type of rectangle. A rectangle is always a parallelogram. Yes, it is a type of parallelogram. And a parallelogram is always a quadrilateral. It is a specific type of quadrilateral. And a quadrilateral is a polygon, a type of polygon, and a polygon is a type of plane shape. So you can see going backwards is always true. Going forwards is not necessarily true. For example, is a rectangle always a square? No. It could be a square. I mean, it could have four sides that are the same, but not necessarily. It doesn't have to. Can a parallelogram be a rectangle? It can if all four angles are right angles, but does it have to? No. It can also look like this. And when it looks like this, all four angles are not right angles. So if it has this look, then it is not a rectangle. But if it has this look with four right angles, it is a rectangle. So you can see going forward, it's sometimes true. Going backwards, it's always true. And the other thing you need to know about this chart is the lines have to connect. So is an octagon a parallelogram? No, because look, octagon has no lines connecting it to parallelogram, so it is never a parallelogram. Can a hexagon be a trapezoid? No, it can never be a trapezoid, because look, there's no lines connecting. Can a quadrilateral be a trapezoid? Yes, sometimes it can be a trapezoid. Can a trapezoid be a quadrilateral going backwards? Yes, it is always a form of a quadrilateral. So just use the chart like this. Remember, going forwards, following the lines can be sometimes true. Going backwards is always true. And if there's no line connecting, it's never true. And that is just a review of how to use the chart.